Hey, everybody. Happy Eclipse Day. Happy solar eclipse. New beginnings in the sign of glorious Gemini. This is Tirra-Omilade, your goddess guru. And you know, I love helping women align with their life purpose so that they confidently and courageously live the amazing lives they know you deserve. And I am excited to be here this morning to talk about this amazing eclipse. I hope that you all are well and that you have been able to do some type of ritual, continue to work your rituals with this eclipse energy, because this energy is potent and it lasts for a while. I would love to hear if you are here live. Hello, how are you? Alafia. And also, hashtag replay for those who are watching the replay. The replay is respectable. How are you doing, Solid Dre? Good to see you. So I wanted to get on and share a little bit about this eclipse. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I've been sharing so many videos here lately. If I repeat myself, pardon me. I share a lot in my inner circle, but I have been making more videos. So I feel like maybe I'm just saying what I've already said. But anywho, let's talk about this eclipse. And, you know, I actually meant to bring up a chart to kind of look at the energy. Hopefully it's not going to mess up my, all right, let's look at the chart of the hour. And you know what? I think I'm going to stream it for you all. Yes, it has been a minute. All is well. All is well. It's been a wild start to my year, but you know what? I feel like things are turning around for me. Hello, Eileen. How are you, goddess? Hello to everybody. So, I think what I'll start out with is just talking a little bit about, I'll take this out of the stream as we just start out greeting everybody. Hello, Michelle. Alafia, welcome back into this space. Yes, yes. So let's talk about this eclipse. Now, I just want to say that this eclipse is one that is significant for me because 18 years ago, I gave birth to my son, my second born, and today he turns 18. And it's just so like when I saw he was having a birthday on the eclipse, I was like, what a new beginning for my son. Because whenever you have a new moon birthday, if your birthday falls like, you know, within a day or two, but for sure on the day of the new moon, wow, that's going to be a year of new beginnings. Expect changes. Expect to see things change in your life. And y'all know change is good. There's nothing wrong with change. Oftentimes we fear change because it's going into the unknown. But these eclipses build in our evolutionary process. That's what I love about these eclipses. But to have a birthday on the new a solar eclipse or eclipse period, but for sure a solar eclipse, wow, new beginnings. And so if y'all would just send my son some great energy. He's not, you know, he's a bit of an introvert and reserved. So, you know, his birthday is during this pandemic time and just not a whole lot of people around. So y'all send him some birthday love, some healing energy of new beginnings and stepping into manhood and adulthood and everything. Even though he knows, me and my husband, we still supporting him until he gets on his feet. But for me, it's a new beginning because here I am now stepping into this new role as mom to adults, young adults, and empty nest time, stepping more into this business of sharing wisdom and getting on here and doing everything I can to help people use ancient wisdom to connect with their power, to walk empowered, for us to stop feeling like we're in the dark. So my goal is to show you the light of the wisdom that is within you. And part of that is talking about these eclipses. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for the birthday love for my son. Yes, I gave birth to him. Just again, just really quickly, I just want to tell y'all this story. And he's like, Mama, you always talking about when you gave birth to me. And I'm like, that's right. It's because, so let me tell y'all a little bit about Gemini. See, Gemini moves fast, baby. Gemini does not have time to be wasting. Gemini is on the move, it's on the go. And so my first birth, it took about 15 hours from the time I realized that I was in labor to the time that I actually pushed the baby out. Slow, methodical birth, right? Well, with my second son, the birth went very quickly. It was so quick that I ended up having my son at home unexpectedly. I was on the side of the bathtub. I was just like, it's time for us to go. And I was like, no, I'm pushing. Like right now, the baby's on the way. So like my delivery or labor was from 4 hours, like from start to finish. I woke up at about midnight. By about 4 o'clock in the morning, this baby was here on the side of the bathtub. Quick. He did not waste any time getting here, just like Gemini energy, baby. So exciting. Grand Rising, Mr. Rodriguez. So let's talk about this new moon eclipse. So first of all, anytime it's a new moon, it is something needs to start. So my question to you is, what do you want in your life? What do you want to kick off in your life? What do you want to start in your life? So plant those seeds. It's not too late. The eclipse has already happened, to be honest with you. But this energy is potent even now. It'll be potent for at least a month or so. But this energy, it lasts, a good 6 to 12 months easily. So my question to you is, what seeds are you planting? Did you write it down? Gemini has to do with communication. And so writing down, I'm assuming Erica Badu said this, write it down and watch ish happen. Do you want it to happen? Get that pen out and write it out. Okay. So plant the seeds. What is it that you desire? Write it out. Now, whenever we're talking about an eclipse, it's about a fated event. It's about something that's supposed to happen because you put your chart in place and you knew at this time today, you needed something to happen to make sure of one or two things. You want to make sure that if you're off course, you get course corrected. Okay. So this is important. Course correction is what eclipses do. Number 2, amplification of aligned action. And so what that means is, let's say you're on course, everything is good. Well, the eclipse helps to amplify you moving in the direction of your destiny. So that's the other thing to remember about the eclipse is set yourself up to anchor the energy in your life so that it moves in the direction that you want it to move in. The good news is I relate the energy of the eclipse to the goddess Oya. What is Oya known for? Oya is like, baby, I'm going to send you a little bit of a whisper and a wind. But if you don't listen, I will come through with a tornado and I will make something happen. I will force this change that needs to happen. And folks, a lot of times we get all upset and hurt and wounded when forced change happens. And I'm telling you, I'm not above it. However, what I have learned is, first and foremost, if we just go on ahead and make the changes that we're asked to make, then Oya does not have to come through with a tornado, because Oya is like, oh, she already making the change she needs to make. He's already making the change he needs to make. So I don't have to come through with a tornado. I'm just going to come through with the wind and just keep pushing that person in that direction of wherever they need to go. So there's something that needs to change in your life. There's some area, something about your life. And now See, I think to myself, how can people not live according to this? But I just think it's a game that's been run on all of us. I think it's a game. I think it's a game that's been run on all of us. Make them think this stuff does not work, maligning all the ancient wisdom. They won't listen to it, and therefore, they can't use it to their advantage. Well, now you know. Use this to your advantage. And so, what does Gemini have to do? What kind of changes might you make? First and foremost, I want you to get your pen and paper back out, because I wonder, and let me know as you listen, have you been hearing a lot of ideas coming to you? Have you been having maybe it's you think a thought, because Gemini has to do with the mind, any type of communication, but definitely it's an internal dialogue that this energy is about also. And so it could be that something came to you that is a thought that you never thought about a situation. Like yesterday, or just in this last month, I've had so many revelations about things that I have experienced, created a story around. And now I'm like, you know what? I have a whole new story about that. Because the other story that I had, it was what I needed to protect me at that time, but it's now a disempowering story. And so, I just ask you to think about what ideas are coming into your mind. Perhaps it's just like this quiet thought. You're thinking about something that happened way back when, and this thought comes to you and you're like, I never thought about it like that. Or are you even giving yourself an opportunity to do this? Or are you just sticking with the same thought life, the same thought style? Are you super tied to your story? But this eclipse is like, no more tying to these stories. You can let them go, the disempowering ones. You can let them go and write some new ones. Or we're just going to snatch them from you. Let me know if you've experienced the snatching of the story. I hope you're not experiencing the snatching. Just let it go. Just let it go. But maybe you've been working on something. You've been milling it around in your mind and you're like, oh my gosh, I've been trying to figure this out. And this idea all of a sudden comes to you. Don't discredit it. Why are you doing that? This is the time for all these new ideas to be coming to us, because guess what? We are in a time of it's mass new beginnings. It's mass, like world, cosmic new beginnings for everybody. And so it's time for us to get some new ideas, some fresh new approaches to some things, and begin to take our lives in that direction. So get your pen out and write down all the ideas that are coming to you. I've had just like this influx that has just been, it's as if there is like a river of ideas that is just flowing my way. And this is what I'm asking you to open yourself up to, this magical river of ideas that just streams ideas your way. And the thing is this, the ones you catch on to are the ones that you will write down. And even if you don't act on them today, at least grab it, write it down, let the idea know. See, this is another thing that we want to be understanding. These ideas, these inspirations that come to us, they're entities. And they are seeking to be manifest. And they know the only way we're going to manifest stuff is to drop it into the spirit of somebody that's in a body. Bless your body. All right. Give thanks for this. And so when these ideas come to you, they are entities. They are like their energy. You can see them as beings. And they want this idea, they want to be made manifest. And so they will drop in the spirit of multiple people. The question is who grabs it and actually does something with it first. And then what ends up happening is, and this is what we are being asked to release with this eclipse, we start talking ourselves out. I don't know why I'm thinking that. Like, there's no way that that's possible. Or, wonder why I'm thinking that. Ooh, I must be crazy. All these ways that we talk ourselves out of these amazing ideas. And then, a lot of us have the experience of sitting around saying, well, my life ain't going in the direction where I want it to go. Well, the ideas keep coming to you, but you're not acting on them. What if you are dismissing the very idea that's going to liberate you from money problems? It's going to liberate you from a career that you can't stand. That's going to liberate you from feeling like, I don't know what my purpose is, to, I know exactly what I'm here to do. What if you are dismissing ideas that are going to liberate you from a relationship that does not work for you, or will liberate you to the point where you find that relationship? It liberates you from the blocks that have been put up by whoever that prevent you from getting to the relationships that you want. Be it love, be it business, be it just friendship. Y'all, a lot of people don't have good friendships. They don't have any friends. It seems unheard of, but it's true. It's a lot of lonely people out there. But there could be some idea that's coming to you that's leading you in the direction to have the relationships that you desire. Take your pen and paper and write down the ideas. Don't dismiss them. Don't be neutral before you negative. Okay, neutrality over negativity as we write down our ideas. At least give it a chance. The other thing that I would encourage you to do is to open yourself up. This is what I did during the eclipse moment this morning. It was at 6:53 a.m. Eastern time. I opened myself up and I said, just the energy of this eclipse, I'm asking you to come in and bring the best new beginnings with grace and ease that you can bring, and to lead, guide, and direct me in the direction that I need to go in order to manifest this life that I came here to live. All right. I'm not trying to live the life that the world said I'm trying to live. You should not try to live the life that the world says you are supposed to live. It's what's in your spirit. It's what's in you. What do you value? This is why we tuned into our values with Taurus season. What do I value? Okay, well, give me some ideas for how I can make sure I am, living these values and manifesting in a way that aligns with my values. Your values are the only ones that matter in your life. What do you value? And then open yourself to these ideas. Open yourself to a fresh new start, radical new beginnings. 2020 took everything away, y'all. Some of us got a whole new life because of 2020. Everything is different. And so it's time for us just to say, well, you know what? I pick up the pen of my life and I write what I want. And the energy is backing you if you're willing to do the work. That's the thing to remember with 2021. 2021 is saying, hey, you can have what you want if you're willing to put some arms, put some effort into it. How do we say it? Elbow grease. You work it, baby, work it, move, do, go, 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 go. Be disciplined with it. This is something else that's a part of this moon. Yes, have what you want, but baby, it will require discipline. Do what you want. It will require hard work. It will require a plan that you stick and stay with. This is a good thing, y'all. I know so many of us are like, man, I've been so oppressed. I just want to be free. Well, sometimes we have to be free to be disciplined. We have to be free to be patient. We have to free ourselves to realize, you know what? It's going to take me doing some stuff that I might be a little scared of. It might take me doing some stuff that does not line up with the generational karma that I have been living according to. And so now I'm like, you know what? I know this is what came down through the ancestors. I know this is what happened. I'm going to liberate my ancestors by going over here doing this new thing. This is what I perceive as the power of this eclipse in Gemini. Let me see what y'all are saying. Ding, ding, ding. Yes, Eileen. Yes. Hello, Deja. Wishing you a lovely day too. Okay, so we have, and let me just pull the chart up really quickly so that I can look and see again what's here. So in this eclipse, we have the energy of what is it? Oh, let me tell you something else about this eclipse that I cannot overstate. Oh my God, I can't overstate this, y'all. The energy in this eclipse involves What new skills do you need to acquire, or what new way do you need to apply your skills? Since I've learned astrology, oh my goodness, I cannot begin to explain to you how I have begun to understand this energy of Gemini and Mercury. It is the energy of self-made wealth. You can use your skills to outwit, outmaneuver, outgame any situation. If you have skills, you are unstoppable. But the question is there a new way you should be applying your skills? Are you trying to stick with the old way of applying your skills? Do you need to come up into, this new millennium? Or do you just straight up need to get some new skills? So many people are afraid to learn something new and apply it. Another energy with this Gemini is the energy of being a curious child, especially the younger children. Think about how curious young children are, and they will try, they will experiment with new things, and it doesn't matter really what happens. But once they get fixated, and this is like amazing when you watch like a 2 or 3 year old, you think, oh, a 2 or 3 year old, they don't know what they're doing. Oh my goodness. They will show you how genius they are. Once they master a skill, like they are boss at it. Like it's amazing. It's amazing. But what happens to us as we get older? I don't want to try anything new because I might fail at it. This Gemini eclipse is like, I need your curiosity to come back up. I need you to be curious about life. Be curious about new areas, new facets. Be curious about, just learn new things. So what new skills do you need? Do you need something that's more of a like personal, in terms of personal development? Do you need some new skills for like time management, or let's see here, dealing with your emotions? I even see meditation and mindfulness practices, even things like yoga. I see these as skills because you can literally use these kinds of spiritual practices to create healing in your mind. You can create healing in your body, in your emotions. So are there some new healing modalities that you need to learn, which are looked at as a skill that will help you in your personal life? Is there some new skill you need for your business or your career? Do you need to develop interpersonal skills, leadership skills? It's time for us to go back. Like, y'all, I used to, before I started getting more serious about how do I get my word out to people using business tools. That's another thing with Mercury. It's all about tools. What tools do you have that you need to use that you haven't been using? But one of the ways I did this on the cheap was I would just go to Udemy, Udemy. They have like so many courses there that you can buy for a small amount of money. Oh, and don't, let there be a sale. You get some real deals. Yeah, it may not make you a pro, but oh my gosh, you can pick up a lot of skills there. Okay. Maybe there's a skill that you can pick up that would help you in your spiritual practices. Let's see here. I think I've already said that. But yeah, what tools do you need to use? What tools do you need to adopt? What do you need to be interested in? Do you have enough curiosity about life? Or are you just set? That's something else that is a little bit of an issue right now. Everybody's just so set on this is what is truth. No, it's an infinite number. Like, y'all, there's metaphysics, okay, quantum physics. It's an infinite number of possibilities. We don't need to be setting ourselves. We need to let Gemini. Another thing about Gemini is about movement. It's about moving here and there. Geminians get such a bad rap because people say they're not committed. They're not going to stick and stay. Well, that's not their job. Geminians need a job that get them out and about, moving. That's what they'll be committed to. If you let them have variety in their day. But that's what we all need. It's like open yourself up, be curious, learn something new, and get out and about. Like have different conversations. Do your best to have conversations where it's like, and I made a video, I need to release it. I need to make sure I'm having conversations that edify me, and whatever words are coming out of my mouth, I'm edifying somebody else. Having edifying conversations, edifying mental states, edifying inner conversations also. So important. Let's see here. We have squares coming from Neptune. Yeah, squares coming from Neptune. So Neptune is about deep spirituality. Think about the ocean. And if we think about, just being a drop in the ocean, it just dissolves. It goes to dissolution. And so I would just say to you, first and foremost, is there an illusion in your life that you need to let go of? What illusions are you living according to? Let it go. But sometimes we can't see the illusion. Now, sometimes we've created the illusion because this Neptune energy, it's very creative. It is very creative. But sometimes we can't see the illusion. And so I would ask you, what have you created an illusion of some sort? And is it really serving you? Because the illusions are going to be bumping up against the new beginnings that you're being called to lead. But maybe there's a blind spot that you have. The clues to the blind spot is you want to move in a new direction and you're like, I don't know why I keep bumping up against this. Like, it's like I can't move. You hear people say, I'm stuck. Well, the question is, what's there that has me stuck? And how do I figure out what it is? And some of it is doing an inquiry within. How do you need to inquire of yourself? What do you need to inquire of yourself? And ask some questions. What is it? Or like, okay, when I feel the block, when I want to move and I can't move, like, what am I thinking? What am I feeling? What am I sensing? Is there a conversation that I just had? Is there some thought that just pops in my mind? What's going on? Every time I want to make this move and I can't do it. That will give you some inquiry. But if you keep hearing people say, well, you know what, you this, fill in the blank, that might be. I remember one time I heard Iyanla say something to the effect of, if somebody calls you a horse, the first time you like, whatever. If somebody else calls you a horse, it might mean, why do people keep calling me a horse? Like, what's going on? If a third person calls you a horse, you probably have hay hanging out your mouth and, you doing what the horses be doing. Right? This is our way of describing it. Now, we have to be cautious of what people call us, but because it's how we define ourselves. But honestly, y'all know how sometimes we just keep hearing the same thing. And it's not all the time bad. Like, for instance, people used to tell me, hey, I think you should be a psychologist. I'm like, why? I'm not going to be a psychologist or a psychiatrist or a therapist or whatever. But now that I realize I'm a Scorpio, I see why people say that. That wasn't a bad way. Like, people were seeing something in me that I could not see, because I was like, I don't understand why people telling me to go into psychology. I just don't understand that. But sometimes it's like, what they might say to you or me is something like, you've been a little bit sensitive over this, or like multiple people are saying we're acting in a certain way. And it's like, why are you saying that about me? I remember when I first started going through perimenopause, I thought that I was being direct with my dance ensemble that I have been a part of. I thought I was just being direct, but essentially they were like getting to the verge where they actually did not like me because they said I was being mean. And it was me having to watch their responses to me that I was like, okay, I need to really start looking at myself and see what's really going on. It was a blind spot. I knew what I was willing to do and what I wasn't willing to do, but I could have said it in a different way. And I knew it was really at this point in time where I was feeling like I really want to quit dancing. That's really what I wanted to say. I quit. But it was my career at the time. And so I was like, okay, I've got to let people know what I'm willing to do, what I'm not willing to do. But I would just be like, now this is not typically me. Arms crossed, like, this is what I'm going to do, and this is what I'm not willing to do. And they were like, dang. And one of my friends was like, we're about to do an intervention on you. But I knew I was out of order. One day I went plumb off on somebody. I don't do that. I don't do that. So that was a blind spot for me. It bumped up against some other stuff. And so it made me say, I must adjust myself. And so I started explaining to them, y'all, I'm not in a good mood today, so I'm going to remove myself. Or y'all, this is something I'm not willing to do. So y'all are free to do it yourself, but that's not what I'm going to do today. So that's something else to think about. Oh, another thing that could be coming up for us today is stepping into our power. Okay. This new moon is asking us to step into our power because we have Mars opposition Pluto. Oh, you want me to tell you something else I think about? It is so important for us to go back and revisit. Y'all, look, we live according to cycles. There was a lot that was unfolding starting in 2018. We can even just say, let's go back to 2019. What was happening? What did we get started back then? I think that it's like time for us to revisit that as we begin to move in this new direction. Okay. So that's something else to think about. And but I do think that there's a lot of abundance in this new moon, in this eclipse. It's a lot up for change. If you want to change, it's time. Go for it. There's great energy for change happening right now. So yeah, let me see what y'all are saying. Hi, Talib. I got the brothers on the day. So yeah, these are the things that I would be thinking about for this new moon. Any questions? Let me know. I love Geminis. They're so much fun and so good with their hands. Oh my goodness. You're right. They will master a thing. I just want to say, Eileen, that is so good that you mentioned that. Gemini is about being hands-on. And it's, it kind of goes with what I've been saying. It's like, man, you've got to be willing to do that thing, experiment and test. But working, Gemini is about the hands, okay? And working. Gemini is a hands-on energy. So what are you willing to put your hands on? What are you willing to do? Happy Eclipse Day, Sandra or Sandra. I'll call you Sunshine. Thank you for chiming in. Let me see if there's anything else I want to tell y'all about this moon. So the energy that spoke through the Metanetter is Tahuti. There's a lot of wisdom, a lot of abundance, a lot of blessings in this moon. Oh, I knew there was something else I wanted to tell y'all. Yes, tactile learners, Eileen. And that's something that we need to be doing. This is what we need to do, y'all. There's this energy of comfort that a lot of us have been in. And, I relate this to the energy of Yemanjah. So Yemanjah or Aset says, be comfortable, but not complacent. And complacent is like, we are comfortable even when it's like, yeah, this ain't right. But I know this thing or situation that I'm in. So I'd rather stick with it because I know it. I know how to manage, this uncomfortable place. So I'm just going to be comfortable, even though I'm not growing, I'm not moving, I'm not changing. And so this is important for us right now, is to realize we've been a little bit comfortable. We've been comfortable with identities. Like, what's your identity? You might be super uber comfortable with it. You know how to use it. You know how to manifest it, manipulate it in the world. But maybe you need to be taking on a whole new identity. We're too comfortable in our relationships. We're too comfortable in the way we show up in society. This is a time of discomfort. So you may as well just go on ahead and do whatever you whatever changes need to be made. Change is not, it's not all the time fun or comfortable. But I tell you what, it gets you to where you want to go. It gets you to that new place in your life. But I did want to say, um, yes, you are. You are sunshine. Sandra. Okay. And thank you for saying that. I didn't know Aset and Yamanja are synchronized spirits energy. Yes, Deja. They are. Aset, Yamanja, Isis, uh, the moon, Cancer. And in the Haitian tradition, it would be the mermaid, Syrian, something like that, Sirene, and then La Belian, the well. So yes, in the Hindu tradition, I relate this energy to. Uh, it's like a mix between Saraswati and Lakshmi. Yes, La Sirene. I know it's like this French way of saying it, so I'm like, I always feel like I'm not certain about that, which I'm trying to stop saying I'm not certain. Okay, so yes, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. One of the things I love about Geminian energy, oh yeah, is this is the energy of Eshu Alegua. Thank you. This is the energy of Alegua, Eshu, Papa Legba, the trickster baby. And if we're looking other traditions, this would be Sebek. This would also be the energy of like the coyote, the trickster, the monkey in some traditions. Yes, Eshu Alegua. So what is Eshu Alegua all about? Eshu Alegua is about standing at the crossroads. So are you standing at the crossroads somewhere? Let me make sure this is not my son trying to text me. Oh, are you standing at the crossroads somewhere and you need to make a decision? Go on ahead and make that decision. And you're wanting to make the decision that lands you in the spot where you are most aligned with developing good character. You know, I always tell people, folks, scratching, clawing to understand Ifa, to be a part of the Ifa Orisha tradition. And I said, one of the things that's probably more important than, you know, figuring out which Orisha does what and how do you work with the Orisha is just to understand, develop good character. Now, to be honest with y'all, Gemini is not the most moral sign. It's not that Geminis, the humans, are not moral. It's just that Gemini is not necessarily about morality. This is why you stand at the crossroads with Eshu, and Eshu is like, I don't care which direction you go, right? But we do talk about how when you're standing at those crossroads, Eshu will help you to see where you stand in your character. That's when I first started in Ifa, that's what I was working on. I was like, every time Eshu brings me to the crossroads, I want to see, has my character evolved, or am I slipping, or am I just maintaining? I'm okay with maintaining as long as it's not too long. I'm just sitting there. My biggest thing was, let me just not move backwards. But I would look at myself and it's like, okay, well, for me, it was saying things that were difficult. I'm not one that is into lying, but I sometimes won't say exactly what I think or feel if somebody asks me, because, well, back in the day is because I didn't want to hurt people's feelings. I even still have to protect myself from this now. Not protect, but, check myself. If somebody asks me a question, my thing is, what you want me to tell you? You want me to tell you what I really think? Because don't ask me, because I'm going to tell you what I really think. Whether it's, half the time I'm like edifying people. I'm not trying to tear nobody down. But I remember when I had to check myself. It's like, no, don't say, I'm not sure, maybe, yes. No, say yes or no, period. If somebody asks you if there's a hard discussion you need to have it. And so it's like, ooh, okay, checking myself every time I came to the crossroads, and I could see Eshu just standing there like, you gonna say it? You gonna really say what you mean? You gonna have integrity? Or you're gonna compromise your integrity by not fully saying what you see, what you think, because you scared you're gonna hurt somebody, or you're not quite sure how it's gonna be taken. That's when I was like, all right, that's you. Nah. So I just ask you, are you standing at the crossroads right now and of something in your life? And is it about your character, or is it about, as she was like, I have brought you to this crossroads how many times? And you keep, I tell you, no, not, he ain't gonna tell you what to do. But as she was like, your destiny is calling you to the right, but you keep turning left, or you keep walking straight, or sometimes you turn around and walk in the other direction. I'm giving you another opportunity. You stand at the crossroads. Which direction will you take? Or maybe Eshu is like, you know what? Because this energy of Gemini and Eshu, it's all about the roadways and making trips. Eshu is like, man, I keep trying to get you to go on this new trip, go in this new direction, go visit this new place in your life. I keep trying to get you to go revisit or visit a new place inside of you. And you won't do it because Eshu is the keeper of Ashe. Ashe is our power, right? It's our life force energy, and some of it hadn't been unlocked yet. Eshu is like, hey, I keep asking you, or keep bringing you to this crossroads, and it's like, turn right towards your destiny, or left, whatever the direction you're supposed to be turning. Make the freaking turn. If you do it with this energy of this new moon and eclipse in Gemini, OMG, let me tell you, you will be feeling like, I'm uncertain about everything, how it's all going to pan out. But what I'm certain of is I made the right decision. Okay. Let's see here. You know what, Boss Bliss? I have been up for so long myself. I was like, can I even do this live? Because I've been up since like 3. So I was happy to be up at about 4-ish, since that's when my son's birthday, like that's when he was born. Greetings, T Luna M Hotep. I have the Black Goddesses cards. I wish they would add more to the deck. I have to check that out. Looking back for one last moving forward. Yes, very good. Going ahead and do that, sunshine. So yeah, I am so clear about this new moon. I'm excited about it. And the thing that I want y'all to realize, well, not realize, or just please take this with you. Most of the time, astrology is, if you think about that song, Walk It Out, is walk it out energy. Let that song lead, guide, and direct you. I don't even know what the whole song says, okay? Leah, hi. My alarm just woke me up. I've been tired all week. Yeah, it's been a long week. And we got more coming next week, y'all. This eclipse is I'm not gonna say it's a blip, but it's part of this big pot of brew, this big pot of energy that's brewing. Cause y'all, next week, OMG, OMG. But anywho, yeah, it's walk it out energy. Like I said, I don't even really know what the song is about, y'all. So don't judge me. I just know I remember that song, and there was a dance that went with it. That is something that you always have to tell yourself about astrology. Okay, it's walk it out energy. All right, so we know we got the eclipse, but the eclipse is like, baby, you're gonna have to walk this thing out. Speaking of walking, that is Geminian. Okay, so some of us need to go take a spiritual walk today. Some of us need to be taking multiple spiritual walks. But this walk it out energy, guess what? We're going to be walking this energy out for the next 18 to 19 years. You're setting the tone for the next 18 to 19 years. That's eclipses last. Their energy lasts about 19 years. If you look at somebody's chart when they're 19, you can see they're having a lunar return, not a lunar return, a nodal return. So 9 years from now is going to be like you think about the full moon. 9 years from now is the full moon phase of the eclipse. You got 9 years to walk something out. If you like me, I'm like, man, I better be on my game. I got more life behind me than I have ahead of me. If you're younger than me, you now know. Nobody told me this when I was young like y'all. Okay? For those of y'all in your 40s, you ain't old yet, all right? So come on, y'all. What do you want to say? Got it done in 9 years. We want to be thinking that out. So maybe you need to think about, okay, well, what do I want to have completed by next year this time? At the Gemini new moon, this time next year, this will be done. And then oftentimes though, what we need to do is go out 9 years. Look on out there where you want. And then you have to figure out, well, okay, if I get there at 9 years, at 8 years, where do I need to be? And then at 7, what do I need to have done to get it done by that ninth year? And then you just keep baby stepping it back or walking it back until you see, okay, today I know what I need to be doing. So first and foremost, we're not taking no action right now. After the new moon, you have to wait about 3-4 days. Okay, about 3-4 days, because you need this new moon to be at the crescent moon phase before you actually start taking action. So that's something to remember. But at that point, like right now, we're just planting the seed. We're getting the ideas. We are writing down some game plans of potential directions we can take. Eclipse, I'm calling on you right now. This is what you can do. You don't have to. Eclipse belongs to the universe. I don't care if you have your Yolekes or not. If you want to just say Mercury, call it Mercury or whatever. Or call it this, universe. Doesn't matter what you call this energy, y'all. But we call on the energy of Eclipse. Let me know. Okay. Help me to see the plan. Help me to write it down. Help me to keep the right mindset to be able to walk it out. Walk it out, baby. You're going to have to walk this thing out. Yeah, I believe in magic. All right. We got magic a part of this moon because of Neptune. But let me tell you about magic. Magic will take you so far. Magic is like, baby, I just opened the door. Okay. The door just magically opened. But guess who's going to have to walk through it? We ain't going to float you in. You in a body. So guess what? You have to walk it out. Walk it out, baby. You have to walk this out. And so these are the things that we're planting. We're planting the seed. How do I stick and stay? What habits do I need to develop in order to get there? What skill set do I need to learn or begin to use? Some of us got skills that we aren't using. I'm going to tell y'all, if you can get online in some kind of way, I've been trying to sell virtual assistant on folk. It don't sound like the most glamorous, but baby, folks have straight up businesses where they're working from home. They are booked out solid because they're doing virtual assistant type stuff. What are mercurial jobs? Folks talking about ain't nobody working in the restaurants. I'm like, that's because everybody doing DoorDash and Uber and Lyft, because these are Geminian jobs. This is like what's going on right now. People teaching online, working online. This is the wave of the future. What is it that you need to do to make sure that you're keeping up with this technological age? But I will say, you definitely want to be working on your mind, because let me tell you, I honestly believe we fall for, because I'm not subscribing to, we don't have no control of our lives. I cannot. It's just not in me. Empowerment is everything to me. However, I do believe we turn ourselves over to being influenced highly by so much of what we look at. This is why I'm very clear with myself. I'm going to influence you to believe that you are great. If I'm I'm an influencer, but I'm influencing you to believe that you are great. Other things that are out there, these entities, it's getting in our mind. And next thing we know, I don't feel like working on my thing today. I just want to do fill in the blank. So it's so important for us to, yes, be a part of the technological age, but also to look at what is it that we need to do to make sure that we keep our minds healthy, that we stay in control of our minds. Sometimes it's about unplugging. It's like I'm just straight up turning everything off. And oh, how about this? I've been saying this here lately too. How many of us are picking up books, like actual physical books? I had said, I don't care about all these books online. And yes, I will be writing ebooks. I ain't gonna lie. Hopefully I'll get to the point where I have a paper copy of books at some point. But I knew these books right here, they're not going anywhere. Okay. Because people like me, I need a book. I can't read online like that. But this is something that is important. Reading. Read your books. Now, if you're reading your books online, I don't care about that. And even Audible to me counts. Audible counts. The question though is, are we taking the time to read, however that looks, even if it's, listening online, or reading online? How many of us are taking time to read books? I would love to hear that from y'all. What are you reading right now? I want to know, what are you reading? And I know it sounds so cliche, readers are leaders. I'm telling you, when I don't read, it's just a whole different world. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm not well. I'm not well when I don't read. And I know some people don't like to read. My son, he's like, mm-mm. And my husband, they're like, mm-mm, I don't like doing all that. But it is about, how are you edifying your mind? Okay. How are you edifying your mind? And some of us edify our minds, like they love to go for walks and hikes. We edify our minds by getting out in nature. Let me see here. I've just been present to not doing much. I usually do a lot, but I definitely have a 1, 3, 5, 10-year plan. Woo! Good job. Yes, Ashe. We speak life into your plans, manifesting. I know it is so. Ashe. Okay, cool. I'm feeling to just resting until the beginning of next week. I'll write today. Yes. I think that's a good plan, actually. Just being chill, because think about it. When we first plant the seeds in the ground, it does take a little while before the plants, the whatever. And also, okay, it takes a little while before the actual seed activates and the plant comes out. Okay. And so, what do? Water it. Water, make sure it gets sun, make sure that we are keeping weeds out, right? And then the other thing to think about, as we're thinking about these seeds of intentions, it's important to realize that everything, that you are a seed. Okay. You've already bloomed and blossomed in a number of ways, because you're here. If you're watching this video, you're more than likely an adult. The only one, it's a very few minors that check my channel out. All right. But even still, they have been blooming and blossoming. Right. And so when we think about the things that we desire, it's in us to do this. Like, the tools are inside of us. That's why I've been talking about what this moon is about, what this moon has the potential to do, to unlock latent tools and gifts. Our gifts are tools. Everybody may not be able to do your gift, but it's still a tool that you use to bring about whatever it is that you're supposed to bring, like goodness, love, peace, harmony, healing, whatever it is. That your gift is a tool to a large extent. And so it's in us, y'all. The world has made us believe there's so much external to us that we need to do. I'm so guilty of this. It's like, how many certifications can I get before I feel like I have achieved and arrived? It's ridiculous how many certifications I have. It's ridiculous. But the tools are in me. The tools are in me. And then guess what? Walk it out, baby. Walk it out. Your gift ain't gonna just come out. Baby, you got to walk that thing out. Okay? We got to do it. Hands on. Gemini. I just had a dream about shapeshifters that just ended in a whole school musical concert. That sounds so fun. That sounds so Geminian because, Gemini's fun. I am an unapologetic book hoarder. Woo! I am too, T. Luna. I have a few books I'm reading. Nice. The main physical one is Womb Awakening. That sounds interesting. And it's so interesting that you say that, Deja, because I was just thinking about, I was reading a book. I'm reading a book about essential oils for perimenopause. And there is this womb ablation, I think is what it's called. And the author said that some women are electing to have womb ablation just to stop their periods. It's not that they have any problems. They just are like, I just don't want my period anymore. I'm just going to do womb ablation, which I don't know fully what that is. I said, see, I was raised up by my godmother. And the womb is everything. It's like, I take care of this womb and the womb awakening and being connected to our women power through our womb. I'm like, I could not do no womb ablation unless I needed it. Womb awakening. I'm gonna have to check that out. So many young people don't read and my brother refuses also. Yes. One of the things I didn't do is make my children read outside of school. And my older son actually is a reader. He loves reading. Like that just calms his nerves. I remember when he was about 8 or 9, and he was like, Mama, read this book. It was some huge, big book. I was so tired of reading to my son. And he some days I would just fall asleep. I was just like, man, I don't want to read right now. It's just too much. And he would say, Mom, when you don't read to me, it wounds my spirit or something like that. I'm like, what 8 or 9-year-old talks this way? And of course, I was like, you're going to have to learn how to read yourself, man. These books are too big. I don't want to read all this. Anywho, the younger son, not so much. And so I did my best to not force reading on them because hopefully they will all begin to want to read. Because I loved reading as a little kid, but the older I got, I didn't really like reading. Even at Spelman College, when I was an English major, I got to a point where I just did not read outside of school because it was just like, this is associated with work. But then once I left Spelman, I was like, I love to read. I'm a book hoarder like T. Luna. Okay. Oh my gosh. I've heard of this one. Pleasure activism. This is from Leah. The Politics of Feeling Good, Ashe. And another book called Of Water and the Spirit by Malidoma Somé. I think it's who that's by. Love, love, love that, Leah. The pleasure activism book, so important. So important. But of Water and the Spirit, I cannot overstate the importance of that book too. And Leah's young, y'all. She won a young one, so. Okay, reading has been a go-to pastime of mine all my life. Yes, Deja. So Deja is Virgo sun. I believe it's that mercurial energy. Yeah, my older son is a Virgo. He's a Virgo. So yeah. Let's see here. Read a few books at a time and even Audible. Live Free by Devin Franklin. Getting Good with Money are up on my Audible. Vegucation over medication. Oh, that's cool. I like the sound of that book. We have a lot of book hoarders here online. Iyami Aj. Yes. I think I've seen that book. Seems like me and a friend were talking about that book recently. Let me know what you think about it once you read it. Okay. All right. We have people who have read other books, the same books. So T. Luna says, essential oils for perimenopause, clary, sage. I love that. Hey, Beck. How are you, sister? Okay, cool. Yes. Oh, I'm glad you said that, Beck. So the video that I posted earlier, I need to check with my friend and make sure she's okay with it because on YouTube it got dinged. Um, but her name is Serene Rivers. You can look for Serene Rivers Music. And we were talking about La Syrienne earlier, the mermaid. This is Serene. She is such a mermaid. Like when you see her pictures and everything, I'm like, she's just sitting at home with all these costumes or whatever. And I love it. I love the magic of watching Serene. She's actually a priestess sister of mine. She initiated into the goddess tradition that I'm in. But that was like the best. I was thinking, what music can I listen to this morning to just really bring me into alignment with the eclipse? And the name of the song is Goddess on High by Serene. You can find it on YouTube to listen to. I do ask y'all if you have the resources to just go and download the song, buy it and download it I bought it off of iTunes. She says it's everywhere streaming music is. So yeah, support the sister. Her music is very spiritual and it's about the goddess tradition. For some of us who are part of the Afro tradition, it definitely elevates us Afros. But I just thought that this is the perfect song, Goddess on High by Serene Rivers Music. Yes, I love that song. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Beck. Ah. Okay, book club. Perfect. I will say inside of my inner circle, I have sort of like a book club. I'll take a book and go through it on our Monday night call. I typically will go through reading something and we just kind of like hash it out and apply it to ourselves. The last book that I went through was about the Ori. And this upcoming time, I'm getting ready to switch to which book did I say I was switching to? Oh, I think I'm going to switch to A Happy Pocket Full of Money. I just love that book. Oh, thank you. Thank you. God is sunshine. I appreciate you. Okay. So, yes, but Eshu Alegua, for those who are connected to the Orisha tradition, Eshu Alegua is another energy that I would work with. I do want y'all to know I lit candles for us this morning. I lit candles with Eshu Alegua and I lit candles on my goddess altar. And my prayer was just that, this energy carry us forward in the best way possible, that we have beautiful unfoldings from it. It makes me so excited to see so many of you who are open to understanding the higher wisdom of the universe. Because the more we operate according to this ancient wisdom, we walk in our power. And for those of us who are rocking the feminine energy, we are in feminine form. The more we walk in the power of our feminine energy, it literally will heal the world. The more we just say, you know what? I know I have a destiny that's a little bit different, but I'm going to do it anyway. I know that I have been called to walk in this way. And the world says, girl, what you doing? Why are you doing that? But I'm going to do it anyway. The more we say, I'm going to do it anyway, the more we dig deeper into our destiny and just say, you know what, I'm going for it. I will not be stopped. The more we walk in our power, the more we walk in our peace, our happiness, our love, the more we just say, you know what, going back to the pleasure activism and the self-care. Serene actually just put out a song about self-care that I was like, I'm gonna have to make sure I let everybody know. Y'all need to get on this self-care song with Serene. The more we step into our self-care, radical self-care, and just say, you know what, today I'm just gonna do me. Like my sister T Luna in Hotep was talking about, I'm just gonna chill out for the rest of this week. Go for it. That's some power right there. the more we're just like, I'm just choosing to take care of me. That's, taking a bath, gonna go get my nails done. If that's what you do, gonna go get my massage. I'm gonna sit here and do my meditation. I'm gonna do my yoga. I'm gonna stop and actually take the time to either go cook myself some healthy food or go find somebody that's cooking this food and buy it from them. It's a lot of sisters out here that's got restaurants and they're making some good food in these restaurants. I think it's so okay if you're like, you know what, today I just want to go eat out. That's it. I just want to go eat out. Especially the moms. If you're a mom, especially if you work outside the home, you feel free. Feel free to go eat out. Feel free to get you somebody who comes in there and helps take care of your house. Feel free. Feel free to hire a sitter to take care of your children. If you don't have family and friends who can do it for you, feel free. You don't have to do it all, moms. You don't have to do it all. Okay. Because the more we keep ourselves tanked up, the better the world is. Like, just be tanked up. Just be good. Be healthy. I'm not asking you to go do. I always like saying this. I'm not asking you to do what Oprah's doing. All right. You don't have to be a billionaire. You don't have to be able to give. You get a gift and you get a gift and you get a car. You don't have to do all that. If all you do is from week to week to week, you build in that time to take care of yourself. Do your own foot massage. I do my own foot massages, okay? Every day. You know why? Because our feet are so important. Learn about your body. Figure it out. Put on the essential oils. Light it up. Diffuse it. However you're doing it, okay? Lay outside and just look at the sky. Y'all remember we used to do that when we were kids. We just sit outside and just look. And what were we told? Y'all stop doing all this daydreaming. But daydreaming is a form of trance. And when we allow our mind to shut off, we can allow greater possibility to happen for us. Okay. So go outside, daydream. Pleasure activism, what do you enjoy? I like comedy. Speaking of Gemini, here lately, I was like, you know what? I don't really feel like I know how to have fun. I've been stuck in the house for so long and I'm not going back to teach. I didn't realize how much fun I had teaching dance and fitness, even though it was wrecking my body. It was a source of fun. It was a source of connection. And I began to realize that I am don't know what to do. Y'all, seriously, my whole life has been reset over this last year. It's like, I'm no longer teaching dance and fitness. I still work at my nonprofit. I'm like, yeah, what am I supposed to do here, y'all? What am I supposed to do? Because I'm not getting ready to get up here and do all this dancing that I was doing before. Graduated from homeschool. My son not homeschooling anymore. So it's like, what am I supposed to do? Okay, I'm gonna come on here and talk to y'all. And today my son turned 18, so I don't have any more minor children. So it's like, okay, what am I supposed to do? And so it's like, okay, how do I have fun? Because I can't work all the time. Let me tell you, I'm a workaholic. Well, let me not say I am a workaholic. I rebuke that. I have workaholic tendencies that I must rein in. Okay, because this is not healthy. I can work 14-hour days and just still feel like I did not do enough. This is a sickness. And so I'm just like, you know what? You've got to figure out how you're going to have fun. And I love Tony Baker comedy. I've been watching Tony Baker for years. And recently he was like, hey, y'all, I got Patreon. If you like what I'm doing, Patreon. And I hadn't, gotten into his Patreon, supporting his Patreon channel yet. But I was like, you know what? As a form of self-care, I must watch comedy. I have to. I need comedy. I need fun. And, that's just what I need. I need laughs. And so that's something else that we need to make sure we're doing, y'all. Having some fun, laughing. And so, I am going to probably going ahead and subscribe to his channel. Just because, me and Tony Baker, we kind of get along. Let's see here. Oh, hi, Maya. Okay, T Luna. Ashe. I was in the hospital this week, had a rough one. I'm recovering, getting my energy back. Everything happens for a reason, going with the flow. It's so interesting. I have been wondering how you were doing, and I knew you changed jobs. So I send you um, so much healing energy and love. And um, yeah, I just surround you with a lot of love, Maya. Thank you, Deja. I love lying on the trampoline with my little ones and just look at the sky and clouds. I agree, Beck. And that's something I actually miss about when my children were young. It did allow me to connect with the inner girl inside of me. Sometimes I would be having more fun than my kids, especially once they started getting a little older. They would just be like, every time we go places, you embarrass us. I'm in there marching in the little kitty parade, and oh, I had the best time. So that is so good. Thank you, Beck. Thank you. The reset caught you off guard. Yeah. Hello, Alafia Federa. Working out of the feminine energy is powerful, but first I have to come in touch with my masculine energy and bring them together in balance to be able to stand strong in my feminine energy with boundaries. I agree. I agree, Sunshine. I really do. I hear you on that. Yes, something you're working on. Yes. I'm so excited about today. It's my Gemini in moon. Yes. Your moon is in Gemini. My grandson will be born today. Woo! That's such a new beginning. Blessings on the newly returned ancestor. Yes. It's time to have fun. It's time to have fun. It's so important to have fun. So with that, I am going to run. Thank y'all so much. I feel so edified after talking to you all. I feel so even more excited and happy about this time. And so, no, okay. So Deja, I am streaming to Facebook and YouTube. So some of the comments are coming from Facebook. You're not crazy. I should have said that. I should have said that. So yeah, I am streaming the two platforms at one time. Yes. YouTube is my main platform. I have a business coach who is like, girl, you need to be on Facebook, because I hadn't been doing anything with Facebook. So yeah. And I find it works. Even though I need to make sure I let y'all know. I got some on Facebook. I got some on YouTube. So you may not see all the comments. Hi, Tara. Thank y'all so much. Yes, we are cheering for you, Maya. Okay. You keep healing up, baby girl. You keep healing up. That's one of my baby girls. Love y'all so much. And let's continue to hold this energy, even for the next few weeks, of what new beginnings are you ushering into your life? What is the call? What are you hearing? You're leaning in like, I hear what? You want me to do what? And then take your hands and do like this. See, what are we doing most of the time? Pushing. Push. No. Put our hands in the position of receptivity. Open ourselves to receive that which is for us. And reminding ourselves moment by moment by moment. It is safe to change. It is safe to do new things. It is safe to learn something being a newbie so that I can become a master of this thing. It is safe to move my life in a new direction. As a matter of fact, it's safer. That's what I've been telling myself. It's safer for me to come on to my social media platforms and stream than not. I have more safety when I get on and I share my gifts and I share my talents and I put out this wisdom so that you can walk in your power even more so, okay? It's safer for me to do that. It's a high level of safety. Brainwash ourselves. about the importance of living in alignment with our destiny. It's safe for me to take care of myself. It's safe for me to have boundaries. It's safe for me to contemplate new ideas that come my way. It's the most safe thing I can do is to write down my dreams and my goals and know I'm willing to walk it out. It's very safe to do all of this. It's the safest thing I can do. And reject what the world has said. Understanding that you have the power of the entire universe within you. It is safe. It is safe. It is what we are called to do. It is so, just think about the amount of discomfort we feel in sitting in mediocrity. The more I sat in mediocrity in my own life, the less safe I felt. The more I just said, you know what? I have this idea. It sounds crazy, y'all. Before all this online business stuff took off, I wrote down 2006. You can look inside of Notes from the Universe. I wrote in Notes of the Universe, when you first log in and sign up for these notes, online business. I want to be an online business owner. I said that in 2006, right when I was finishing my initiation into the priesthood. I want an online business before it was all popular. And so, but I've just been sitting in mediocrity, halfway on, halfway off, halfway on, halfway off, sitting in mediocrity. I'm not sure. Yes, you are sure. Okay. You can be sure that you're going to do it, even if you got to take baby steps. It's safe for you to take baby steps. It's safe for you to live your destiny. It's safe for you to be who you are. These are the kinds of things we have to remind ourselves of. And then let life prove it to you. Because what I'm finding is the more I walk in my destiny, the more I act on these ideas that come to me, the better life feels. I was feeling horrible, using so many things to medicate myself. Food, energy drinks. We talked about this, the way we're talking, so much chatter, acting like I'm having productive conversations, but I'm not. I was doing all kinds of things to help me feel comfortable in my mediocrity. And so then I just had to begin to hear people say, you know what you got to tell yourself? It's safe to change. It's safe to move in a new direction. It's safe to let stuff go that's not serving you. That's not to say that it did not have some usefulness at some point, but it's safe to go on ahead and let it go if it has no more usefulness for you. Okay? So we call on the energy of the ancient mothers to just surround and protect us, because the people who are watching this broadcast far and wide, and that is far and wide, so many people not even in this country that I live in. So I'm just calling on the energy of the mothers to be with these sisters and with these brothers, to walk with us in our destiny, and to help us to realize that we are surrounded and that we are protected. We call on the ancestors of light, whose shoulders that we stand on, to lead, to guide, and to direct us, to be our own personal virtual assistants, to be our GPSs. When we're standing here and we don't know which direction to turn into, we call on you, ancestors of light, to surround us and help us to feel safe so that we can hear the direction that we're supposed to go in. Some days, ancestors, we just want to throw in the towel. We don't want to do this anymore, but we know that you surround us. We know that you protect us. We know that you guide us, that we are not alone, that you are here with us. We call on the energy of the Orisha, the forces of nature. We become one with your energy and our consciousness, and we allow your medicine to heal us. We allow your wisdom to guide us. We especially call on the energy of Eshu, Alegua, also known as Sebek, Mercury, to help us to be light and to move and to get into working in life, to be curious and to open our minds to the very next idea that will take us towards our healing, that will take us towards our destiny, that will take us towards whatever it is that we desire in our lives. We give thanks. We give thanks. We give thanks for new beginnings. We give thanks for the energy of Oya, the goddess that is the energy of these eclipses. She also goes by the name of Kali, Kalima. She goes by the name of Sekhmet. She's also the name of Pele, fierce goddess energy that does not mind change. As a matter of fact, this energy is fierce, and it says this is how we move forward in our lives. We move forward with fierceness. We move forward with confidence. We move forward with courage. And we just do the dang thing. So we give thanks to you, Oya, for calling us into change, though with grace and ease, with grace and ease, with grace and ease. We call on you, Oya. We call on you, Oya, with grace and ease. We give you thanks, Oya. We give you thanks for the change that takes us into the next evolution, because we didn't come here to just be the same way the rest of our lives. We came here on a grand adventure, on a great journey, and we are on the path to rediscovering the truth of who and what we are, but we can't do it sitting in the same spot. So we thank you for the evolution, for the up level, for the change. Oh, great energy, oh, great spirit, mother of the wind, Oya. May the only thing that happened from this broadcast, from this sharing, be for our highest and our greatest good. Blessings on all the new babies that are entering in through this time, through this portal. Blessing on all the babies that are stepping into a new phase in their lives, such as my son stepping into the adult phase of living. Blessings, 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 blessings on everybody. We give you thanks. We give you thanks. We give you thanks. Ashe, ashe, asheo. Mwah! Have a wonderful day. See you all soon. Peace and love.